Okay, if you'll go ahead and tell me your name and then the name of your church and how long you've been a priest here at this church, that would be great.
My name is Aurelio Ansaldo. This is the Church of the Holy Spirit. It's a Roman Catholic church dedicated to the Holy Spirit. And I've been here for almost 20 years.
20 years. So you've been a priest for 30.
Yeah.
So were you a priest at a different church before?
In Rome. After I was ordained as a priest in Rome, I finished my PhD in theology, and then I was a professor of theology there in Rome at the University of the Holy Cross for some years, and then I came here. After that I came here.
Are you originally from Spain?
Yeah.
Okay. From Madrid?
No, from a small town in the southeast of Spain. It's called Cartagena.
Cartagena. Incredible. Okay, you've already answered a couple of my questions. Let's see. So one question I would like to ask is, how does your church or the Catholic Church at large serve the poor in Madrid?
Well, there is a Catholic organization, a charity Catholic organization. It's called Caritas.
Caritas.
It's the Latin name for charity,
Uh-huh.
and it's a capital organization through all the churches and parishes
Okay.
to help the poor people with food, clothing, and even to find a place to shelter or they need. There are several places for people who don't have a roof to be there, and there are several places called dining for
Like
places
food
like to eat at charity dining places.
Okay. That's incredible. And so each Catholic church is a part of this organization?
Yeah.
Okay, so people that come to your church, they can go serve in that area. What do you think about poverty in general within Madrid? Yeah, let's stay within Madrid, not Spain in general. But does poverty in Madrid mainly make up of immigrants or of people who are natively born here in Madrid that just don't have jobs? What do you think about that?
Well, there are immigrants and people because of the worldwide economic crisis in these years. The jobless tax is increasing, so there are more people. And as a matter of fact, in these past years, Caritas has been doing a greater job to help the people who lost their job,
Right.
And there are some places with poverty from Spanish people because of some gypsies. There are here in Madrid some places very degraded gypsy people and uneducated people.
Yeah, who can't find jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that are in need. Do you find that people are still giving to the church even within the financial crisis in Spain?
Yeah, it's striking because the sense of solidarity of the people is seen in this, because regardless of the crisis, the people has this conscience that there are so many people in need, and they continue to give money and even to give their time or to help personally.
Yeah, within their daily lives. That's incredible. And who mainly makes up of your congregation? Is it mainly men, women, people of my generation?
Well,
in this particular church?
Yeah, we have a lot of young people, and men and women equally. And
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I went to a mass, what's the name of the street? Between the metros of Canal and Quevedo. And the congregation mainly made up of women in their probably 40s or 50s. I noticed that there were a few older men, but very few people my age. And I've heard within the Catholic...
Was it a Sunday or...
It was a Sunday?
Yeah.
I've heard that in Spain in general, a lot of people of my generation, they've backed away from the Catholic Church at large. What do you think about that?
Well, there are young people, less young people who go to the church than older people.
Yeah.
But it depends on the places, because that place in Madrid, the inhabitants of the place, there are mainly older people.
Oh.
Young people lives in the outsides of Madrid.
Okay.
In the villages, in the great Madrid, especially some places like Las Rozas, or and so there are some places in Madrid, especially for instance in the historic center, that the population is mainly older people.
Okay.
Young people is going to live in the periphery.
Okay, so within this area you have quite a few people, young.
If you go to a church called Santa María de Caná, it's in Pozuelo de Alarcón,
Okay.
you'll see a very great number of young people, because the population there is very young.
I have a question. What is the children's population or like ministry? What does it look like within most Catholic churches and even your church? Like, is there like programs for kids?
Yeah.
On Sundays or?
Especially in the week, because on Sundays in the Catholic Church we have the masses, and but in the week, especially, it's very important the preparation for the First Communion.
Right, so it's classes, a lot of teaching.
Catechesis, well, a lot of activities, summer camps, and all kind of activities.
That's incredible.
And in many cases in collaboration with, because in Spain we have many Catholic schools.
Okay. So does each Catholic church support a Catholic school?
Not...
Or is it the Catholic Church at large supports school systems? Okay. Is there one near here?
No. Well, there is more or less in, have you seen this Plaza de la República Argentina, where it's a fountain with dolphins?
Yes.
That's very close to there is a big Catholic school.
Oh, okay. Cool. And I have a question. I worked at a church in Campbellsville, Kentucky, the little town I'm from. It's a vineyard church. It's a non-denominational Protestant church. And so I was with the leadership a lot, and we had to choose, pick who we wanted to be in leadership. And so for my pastor, that's a difficult job. Like, that's a really difficult job. We have a lot of home groups, a lot of groups that meet in homes throughout the week and have Bible studies. So I've always wondered, within the Catholic Church, how do you choose leaders? Are only leaders priests? Like, how does choosing leadership work?
Well, there are two kinds of leaders. Regarding the ministry, you have only the priest, no? Regarding the masses or the liturgical services, no? But regarding other activities, and because there are also many activities for young people, for adult people, catechism or kind of Bible groups or theology groups and theology study groups or whatever, and the leaders in these groups are lay people, and always in collaboration or in reference with the pastor, no, the parish priest, and it's very easy to find leaders for because there are many people who volunteer. No?
Okay, so it's easy to find volunteers within the church. That's incredible. Being part of the leadership at a church, it can be difficult, and especially when there's conflict of any sort, of learning how to deal with those conflicts within the church at large. It's difficult. Do you, as the priest of this particular church, do you give like counsel to people? Like do people come to you instead of meetings like I am, but ask you about life problems other than confession?
Very much.
And so they just call you and say, hey, my life sucks right now, I need help. How often do you have confessionals? Like how often can people come in and go to confessions?
Whenever they want.
So there's always a priest here and available? Wow. So the doors are always open of the church, or do they?
Well, from 10 to 1 in the morning, and from 6 to 9 in the afternoon. That's it. Whenever the doors are open, there is a priest available for confession or spiritual guidance, counseling, or whatever.
How many priests are in this particular church?
Well, the one you've met at the door.
Right, I've met.
The one, the big one, the one who was pulling your leg. No?
Yes. Yes.
This is the leader in this church, and he and me are the. Well, there is another one which is in vacation right now, and I will go when he comes, and another one will go when I come. And let's see. There are 3 full-time, and so and besides that, there are priests who come only to hear confessions.
Oh. So they come from surrounding churches?
Well, yeah, I was part of their ministry. Well, I mean, no, their ministry is in the church, no? But, by the way, the church, we have many weddings in the church. The church is very search for weddings, and so the 3 priests that are full-time in the church is for all kind of things in the church, especially for counseling, spiritual guidance for the people, and for all the work related to the weddings, no? Because we have many weddings, we have course preparation for marriage courses and pre-marriage courses, and also all the things related to the preparation of the weddings, and so we have a lot of work here regarding the weddings. No?
How many people come to Sunday Mass? About how many people do you have that attend your church?
Well, I would say almost 500 people.
Wow.
We have 4 masses every Sunday, 3 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon.